Hey all, welcome back to the Fire and Water Cooking Channel. I'm Darren. Today I'm going to do something a little different, something I haven't seen a whole lot of on YouTube, but there are some. I'm going to be making some black garlic, and I'm going to use sous vide to do it. So I'll be right back, show you how I'm going to make black garlic.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter, sous vide and chilling from fire and water.
All right, guys, I'm going to try something I've never done before, and I really have never tasted black garlic before, but from what I hear, it's pretty unique. I've seen a bunch of people on YouTube and other places talk about it and do videos on how to make it with different things, rice cookers, Instapots, food dehydrators, things like that. But I know I can do it using sous vide, and that's what I'm going to do today. See several different ways to do it. Some peel all the garlic pretty much all the way and then just do it with the individual cloves. Some do it with the whole bud here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the whole bud. I'm not going to cut it up or anything or peel it. I might just kind of give it a quick rinse in the water first, and then literally from what I understand, you pretty much don't do anything with it but keep it at a low temperature for at least 2 to 3 to 4 weeks. The longer the better. It's not really fermented garlic. Some people say that it's fermented, but it's not really. It doesn't ferment. It's just a really long cooking process, and it's a Maillard reaction that browns things that it produces. It's not really fermenting at all. Fermenting is a little bit different, where it's got some bacteria in there that's actually breaking the garlic down. But this is strictly going to be temperature and getting that Maillard reaction. What's going to make it dark. Same thing with caramelized onions, and when you cook a steak, you want that brown on the outside of a steak. So that's what the Maillard reaction is. So I'm actually going to be using this 12 quart sous vide container from Gista, and I'm going to actually use it outside, because from what I understand, this can actually have a heavy garlic smell. Even though it's in the water in a vacuum bag, it's still going to produce some of the garlic smell. So I'm going to make sure I put it out on my outdoor kitchen, so we don't have that heavy garlic smell in the house for 3 or 4 weeks. So there's different temperatures I've seen, anywhere from 140 to 165 to 167. I'm going to kind of shoot in the middle. I think I'm going to do 145 and then see where we're at after 2 or 3 weeks. One of the only things I see as far as a problem we're going to have using the sous vide is that most sous vide units, you can't set them for that long of a period. You would have to go in and kind of reset it after a while. But as far as overall efficiency, I think the sous vide is going to make it a little bit easier as far as that goes, where I don't have to smell the smell. I can have it outside. It's going to be the cooking time might be a little bit shorter because we are cooking it in a water bath instead of in an open air container. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of scrub these down a little bit, stick them in the sous vide bag, and because it's garlic, and I know the biggest fear you hear on the sous vide groups is that garlic can, if you have it in a vacuum bag under vacuum, that it can, botulism can grow. Well, I'm going to use this regular vacuum bag, and I'm going to use the VacMaster Pro 350, and I'm just going to pulse vac it. So I'm not going to remove 100% of the air, just about 90%. So I'm going to have a little bit of oxygen left in there, so I'm not going to really worry about botulism growing. So if you read anything about Baldwin, you got to have pretty much, for botulism to grow at the lower temperatures, you got to have a completely airtight environment. So I'm not going to have to worry about that, especially using 145 degrees. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about it either. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how I'm going to wash this up, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. It has been 3 weeks since I started the black garlic experiment. And like I said, I did 145 degrees. So I'm hoping that after 3 weeks, just to hold them down, that my black garlic experiment will be done. So I'm going to go ahead and take them out. Whew. There go my balls. They look kind of dark on the outside. I'm going to have to chase down those sous vide balls before they get lost. But I do highly suggest, if you try this experiment or you want to do black garlic, do it outside, because it will stink up the inside. Alright, I'm going to get these out of the pack. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm going to give you kind of a close-up look here. I take this out. Got my bag. These are still kind of warm. It hasn't been too long since I took it out. Go ahead and open these up. I'm gonna, and it's not very garlicky. Not as garlicky as it was the first couple weeks. Get me a knife. And that's one bulb here. Take 2 of these out. As you can see what it looks like there. Just it's kind of mushy. Let's see if I can just easily peel it back. Oh yeah, it peels back really easy. Wow. Check that out. It's kind of mushy, but it peels right off. Skin peels right off, real easy. It's like peeling a boiled peanut. I wouldn't say this is really quite black. It's more like brown. Really, really, really dark brown. But I'm hoping that if we dry some of this stuff out on the grill smoker, it'll get a little bit darker color. I don't know if maybe going longer, going a total of 4 weeks, or a little hotter would make it a little bit darker. I mean, it smells really good. Not quite as strong as it did initially, like the first couple weeks especially, because I'd walk by that outside and you could really smell it. But not too bad right now. Alright, I am gonna just do a really simple compound butter here that I'm going to use this black garlic on. I'm not going to use all of this because I think that would overpower it. I'm going to take probably about this much here, about 4 cloves, and then I'll taste it. And I'm going to use just a little bit of Italian seasoning. The reason I'm not using fresh herbs, I want to just use some dried herbs here. And this has got a good mix. You know, it's got basil and thyme and good dry mix, so I don't have to worry about putting in all the ingredients separate. I got my butter at the consistency where I can stir it up really good, and I'm just going to go ahead and chop up this black garlic and just kind of get it into smaller bits. I mean, it's kind of like fudge right now. It's still got a lot of moisture to it, so it is kind of just, like I said, like the consistency of fudge. I could probably sit there and I'm going to mush it up when I get it in with the butter, so it's not that much different than the consistency of the butter right now. But I'm going to try to chop it up into littler bits here. Just going to put it right in there with the butter. It smells really good. I'm going to dry the other bulbs out. Awesome. All right, I'll smush this up into the butter and just kind of make a paste with it. And we need to add a little bit more herbs. Go right ahead. This is salted butter, so I'm not adding any extra salt, but I am going to give it a taste. Well, there you go, guys. Compound butter with black garlic. I guess I'll take a little piece of my bread here and try it again. It's going to be good on crusty bread. Cook with it. I might even put some on a chicken tonight. I'm going to roast. I gotta say, that is pretty darn good. That is really, really good. So I would say, yeah, you can definitely, even though it's not black, really dark black, all the bitterness is gone. It's knocked back a lot of the really heavy garlic taste. It's got more of a refined garlic taste to it. Yeah, it's really kind of, it's like a roasted garlic, but a lot less pronounced garlic. I mean, it's a little sweeter because it's been cooking so long. So I would say, yeah, try this out. I am going to dry some up. I can use it in some of my rubs. So right now, I would definitely say, give this a try. If you got a sous vide, an extra sous vide machine and an extra container, and you want to try making your own black garlic, give it a try. I did 145 degrees for 3 weeks. You can do longer. You can do a little hotter. There's many different times and temps on the internet. But definitely, it's worth checking out instead of paying a really high price for black garlic. Literally, I think I paid $4 for all this garlic, and just a little bit of time, a little bit of electricity, and it turns out pretty good. All right, just a quick follow-up after the compound butter. It took about 2 days, about 48 hours to dry out the bulbs of the black garlic. And I did that on my Kamado Joe grill. I just kind of want to show you. It took about 48 hours for them to dry out enough to where I could create a powder. And I just went ahead and ground that up with my spice grinder to a real fine powder. And here's what came out. Got about, let's see, how many ounces is this? I probably got about 4 ounces total, but that's what it looks like when it's all dehydrated and ground up. So I'll be using this in some rubs. I'm gonna try out some different ones. One I'm gonna do, basic one would be like a salt, pepper, and black garlic to kind of mimic the salt, pepper, garlic that I like to use on most beef. But I'm going to use Himalayan pink salt and the black garlic and ground pepper. So that's it, guys. That's what it looks like. You can use a food dehydrator. You can do it in your oven if you want to stink up the house, but it still has some of that garlicky smell. I suggest doing it outside if you can, or in your garage, using a food dehydrator, or doing it on, if you use a grill, do it with either a gas grill or a charcoal grill. The pellet grills, they produce smoke, The charcoal grills will not produce very, very, very little smoke, so you won't get any kind of smoky flavor. Unless you want smoky flavor in it, you can use the pellet grill. But I'm just saying that a pellet grill is going to produce smoke all the time, because that's what the pellets are. But the charcoal grill will not produce a whole lot of smoky flavor unless you put wood chips on it. So there you have it, guys. Powdered black garlic. I'll be doing some videos soon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and our group and our page. Follow us on Instagram. Check out the Fire and Water Cooking Podcast anywhere you get podcasts. I have some great guests coming up. And I'll see you again on the next Fire and Water Cooking video.